Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the new Transformers Studio Series 86 Galvatron figure. So we are of course going to have a look at the beautiful artwork on the packaging. We're going to have a look at the new backdrop that comes with this particular figure. We're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. But most importantly, we are of course going to do some comparisons, and I've brought the Legacy one rather than the Kingdom because the Legacy's just got no battle damage on it, and hopefully you can see just how strikingly different the colours are. So we'll do detailed comparisons with that. I'll also bring in some other figures. I haven't got many, obviously, I hope you appreciate that, just to see how he looks and stands and compares with them, as well of course as having a look at a few other figures from some other toy lines, just to give you an idea of scale and of size. So before we get started, I of course need to thank Hasbro for this amazing opportunity to get the review done on this figure first, and of course to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So here's the standard box. Because he comes packaged in his robot mode, there's still windowless at the moment, guys. We've got the picture of him in his alternate mode. Beautiful artwork there on the side of him, and then on this side of course we've got just the bust, and then on the back you can see it's going to take 33 steps to transform him. I probably will put up a separate transformation tutorial, even though it is exactly the same as all the other uses of the mold as well. Right, what we do have though is another new backdrop. Excuse the glare. This of course looks to be from the unfortunate coronation that Starscream had. I think it looks good, and it's going to look really good when he's in robot mode, and to be honest, I'm not usually a fan of these, but I like the way that one looks. We've got the accessories here as well, which you can see as well are a slightly different grey. But first things first then, let's have a look at the actual figure. So the figure itself, as we know, this is the 5th Galvatron, and we've also had a Straxus from a partial of this as well, and the mold is just fantastic. It really is. And the good news as well, guys, I know that people are going to be asking this in the comments, that there doesn't seem to be any sort of mold degradation. You know, everything feels tight, everything still feels really robust and well stuck together. I really love this. That's, again, it's just so cartoon accurate, and it's just, I suppose, refreshing to see one that's solid rather than your translucent colour. But again, they all suit their purpose, as in how they're going to look. This one is definitely, of course, the most cartoon accurate. I really like this. I know the red is in all the other knees as well, but with the fact it's got gunmetal grey, I just think it looks much better. We've got the black wheels there, but the treads, of course, don't go round. The wheels spin round, though, and the wheels on here to give him this rolling sort of cannon mode. Now I've got no Decepticons, I don't think. I'm just going to put a B127 there for now, but you could of course put any Decepticons, or in fact any bots you want to, and use him as, I suppose, a mobile infantry cannon as well. But you could also as well do the unofficial, if you fold his legs down enough. If you remember, there was an unofficial G1 sort of gun mode as well, which is exactly what that is. Now let me bring out this Legacy mold again, and if you're wondering why I brought the Legacy and not the Kingdom, it's due to the fact that the Legacy obviously doesn't have any of the battle damage on it, so it's just a more solid state of purple. So you can see, if I bring it up close, the difference. And this really is purple. This is bordering on a bluish. It's definitely more lilac. You guys let me know in the comments what colour you think it is, but hopefully you can really see the difference there. And of course the other major difference is, if I put them side by side, where you've got the gunmetal greys, you had black. The wheels there are silver, whereas they were black. There's the black around the knee pads compared to the gunmetal grey, and indeed on the actual, I suppose, barrel attachments as well. The accessories are all exactly the same apart from the colours. So this is the Studio Series 86. This is the Legacy one. The Matrix, again, pretty sure, yep, same, just a different coloured chain. No real difference there. So yes, it is at a leader class price point, and some Voyager class figures are indeed quite big, like the new Skywalk one here, which is of course the same as the Starscream. But again, there's a lot more going on with this figure. What I mean by that is the intricacy into the detailing of the transformation, etc. But it's still, the best thing about this figure is it just feels really robust still. It feels weighty, it feels chunky, and it looks really good. To be honest, there's not much more to say about this particular alternate mode. If you get your comments in fast enough, I should be able to answer them while I'm still here over the weekend and have access to the figure. But for now, let's have a look at him in his robot mode. So we're back, and as you can see, he's in his robot mode. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. The reason for that is to keep the main length of this down, and also because it's exactly the same as the other previous uses. So if you want to see the transformation tutorial, there's 4 more of these on this particular channel. As I say, it's exactly the same for all of these particular molds. We'll do more comparisons in a second. I just want to again show you the articulation if this is the first time you've experienced this mold. The head sculpt as well, by the way, is brilliant. So let me just lift this up so you can see just how nice the colour it is. It just works really well. It makes the eyes stand out even more. That lighter grey colour, I think just, yeah, it just makes it look that little bit better. This one perhaps looks a little bit more menacing. But with this, it just looks, I don't know, it just looks better. It must be just be the fact that it is the cartoon accuracy that looks great on it. It will spin all the way around. It will look up and down, no problem. The arms will go out to give you the full T, no problems whatsoever. Oop, I've just disconnected that. These will go all the way around to the side, no issues, completely unrestricted. You've got a swivel there at the top of the shoulder. You've got bicep flexion. You've got a wrist swivel as well. And there's a little bit of a gap there where you would fold the fist into the forearm, but very, very articulate shoulders. Let's bring the camera back down. The midsection will of course spin all the way around. You just might have to move some of the kibble out of the way. You can see that you'd need to lift these up. It does move around. You've got quite a bit of clearance there. If you wanted to spin it around, you would just have to adjust a few of these. You can also take the hip skirts right out to make them able to do the splits, and of course this will work that way as well. It does get caught up just slightly on the back, but you can pretty much get it there. There's a thigh cut there, there's a big knee bend, there's ankle tilt, rock, toe tap, heel. You can even move that all around. So again, very, very, very articulate figure, which of course, you know, leader class price point, that is exactly what you would expect. There he is. You can of course move this around as well. The good thing about this is even if you're watching this years and years later and you've just got one second hand and you've got no accessories, he still looks fantastic. He still looks really, really good. He's going to display excellently. The Decepticon logo there looks brilliant. The red is like a really striking red, and I've already pointed out the kneecaps already. Let's move the box out of the way, and in fact I'll come back and do another bit segment at the end with the alternate mode with just the white backdrop. It's just so good. You can use these as actual guns, and again, for those of you this is your first use of the mold, it is, when you combine the two together, it is of course, if it's looking familiar, that is because it is a Galvatron's ship from the movie. So if that's looking familiar, that's exactly why. Now again, this is a toy, so none of this is in the movie, but this is just me playing around. You could put one in each fist if you wanted to. You could also use any of these multiple 5mm ports on the forearms and indeed the shoulders, so you could mess around with this completely. You could in there as well attach them to the back via these tabs if you wanted to perhaps keep them out but not put them away in storage. So you've got them little slots there. These would fit into the back of this, he says, like so, but I tend to not have much luck with this when it's a brand new figure. But oh, there we go, because of course it hasn't been pushed in, so sometimes when it's brand new it does just need that little bit of extra pressure. But you can pop that there. You can also turn them around if you wanted to. I think it still looks okay, but of course the best bit is the cannon. In fact, let me know in the comments, guys, do you put it on the forearm? Let's see where the most common place to put it is. Would you put it on the forearm, or would you put it on the top of the shoulder? Again, if you really wanted to, you could pop it in the fist. I know that's nothing like the movie, but you could do if you want to. I think the most, or is that the best one? Not too sure. Again, let me know what you think. We can put the matrix as well over, and indeed this can, oh, let's just move this back and out of the way. You can tab this if you wanted to into there, but I think it just looks better hanging around, to be honest. Again, there we have him. Let's do a very, very quick size up comparison. Again, same height as he's always been, but that's how he's looking. He's towering over. I didn't realize it was that big. I've not done this size comparison in ages. I mean, the only negative thing that I know that people might point out is, yes, there is a hollow forearm there, but that's only if you're looking at it. You've really got to look for it, because the colour matches the fists and the forearms so well you can hardly tell. Right, this is what I know what most people are going to want to see, so let's bring them in side by side, and again, hopefully now you can see just, yeah, The difference in purples is really striking. This guy looks, the shoulders sticking up on an angle makes him look taller, but he's not taller at all. And if I just bring his legs together, they are definitely the same. Let me take these back bits off so we can do the full 360, just so you can see everything that we're doing. All you're going to see difference wise is colors. The mold exactly the same. As I say, they haven't even slightly. I was just checking the face then. I thought maybe he had a different mouth expression, but he doesn't have at all. Great figure, great use of the mold. Would we have liked to see a new mold? Potentially, but you know, it's the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is a great mold. It does work really well, and unbelievably, I think this color scheme, apart from the Behold Galvatron, because I love translucent plastic, this one is definitely taking the joint top position with regards to that, in honesty. Again, because it's got the 5mm ports, if you wanted to, you could attach other figures' weapons. It's entirely up to yourself. Let's bring in the backdrop, because as I say, this tends to work. Some of these backdrops I'm not a fan of, and I've said that for ages, but with this one, and again, I'm useless at posing figures, but I'll do my absolute sort of best if we can just sort of see this without the reflection. With this one, it tends to really work. There really isn't much more to say about it, guys. It's just a beautiful redeco of a figure that we love. I'm very quickly going to come back to the alternate mode with the plain white background, just in case anybody wants to see that. There we go. So I just thought I'd add this on the end, and basically obviously now you can see with a white background, I suppose, again, just how strikingly different the colours are, and it's also going to give me an opportunity to attach the accessories to him as well. I personally prefer it without the accessories, but it's great to know that you've got them, and indeed that you've got the choice. Once again, these do attach the same as all the rest. If this is the first time you're experiencing this figure, this is again just a genius way for you to use all the accessories whilst he's in this particular mode, and you don't have to put any of them away into storage. You can also hang the matrix over the cannon as well, and it will also tab into there. But as I say, main purpose of this little segment is just in case people wanted to see it with the, I suppose, in a normal white background. I can, I suppose, if you wanted to, pop it on here as well, but it really doesn't work. Let's get rid of that glare in this particular mode. As you saw in the previous section, it is definitely for the robot mode. But that's pretty much it. As I say, guys, if there's anything else you want me to get in, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them and put them in video form, or indeed answer them on the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care.